Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial brought to you by Programmium. Guys, as you know, this is 12th video for our Java playlist, and in this video we have to talk about loops. Guys, loops are the most important concepts in every programming language, and to see how we can use loops in our Java applications, first we have to open our IntelliJ IDE. So without any further delay, let's get started. So guys, now I have opened my IntelliJ IDE. Let me just create a new Java class here by the name of loops, and I am closing all other tabs, and let me put our main method here. So guys, before telling you about how to use loops, I will first telling you what kind of loops are available in Java. So I am putting a multi-line comment here, and here I am writing here there are three types of loops. Number one is for loop, second one is while loop, and the third one is do while loop. So guys, these are the most important loops in Java, and exactly why we use these loops, let us see in our comment here. So guys, in our daily life there are a lot of tasks that are needed to be done repeatedly. So in programming languages, to deal with those repeatedly tasks, we have to use loops here, and I am writing here why we use loops. We use loops to do tasks repeatedly tasks repeatedly. So loops are used to perform tasks that are needed to be done repeatedly. So let me just write here a for loop and the syntax of the for loop, and then we will see how to do these tasks repeatedly with our loops. So guys, for I'm writing here for loop, its syntax is first we use here for, and let me put space here, and after that here comes the initializer. initializer First comes the initializer, and then comes the condition, and then comes the operation that we want to perform on that loop or variable. So after that I have put some curly braces, and in between these curly braces we write the code or workflow of our program. So guys, this is the actual syntax of a for loop, and what are these terms: initializer, condition, operation, or workflow? Let us see in our for loop practical section. So first we are going to do here, we will be printing on console numbers up to 100. So first let us declare our variable by the name of int number. This is the initializer, and we have to give this variable a value, and we give this variable 0 value. And second one is the condition that we want to perform. And what is the condition here? We will be printing number on the console up to number 100. So let me write here number smaller than 100, and after that a semicolon. Guys, the value of this variable is 0 here. So how we can use this number to increase its value up to 100? Of course, we will use here unity operator. And now we will be shouting here number is number. So let us run this application or Java file. So guys, now you can see here we got a big list of numbers here. Number is 0, 20 up to 99 according to our condition here. So guys, why is this loop is very important for us? Let me just comment this line and show you a demo here that how these loops help us in our programming terms. So again, I am using here number is equals to 0, and for that I have to print here number. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to write here unity operation, and after that if we want to print 100 numbers, then we have to paste this line 100 times. Let me run it and show you the results, and you can see that we have printed numbers up to 19 here. So you can see that this program would become a mess, and it would be very difficult for us to manage this program. So here comes loops that will help us in these kinds of iterations or repeatedly perform tasks. So now you have an idea that why are loops important for every Java application. So guys, what are these initializers and condition and operation? Guys, our main goal was here to print number up to 100. So for that purpose we initialized a variable here whose value is 0, and after that what was our condition? Our condition was to print number on the console up to 100. So we put that condition here, and if we want to change our condition that on console we have to print numbers up to 100 and also 100, so we changed our condition here. And after that of course from 0 to 100 we can only go if we increment that variable. So we here put increment unity operation here, and after that we just printed this line. And if we run this file, then you can see that we have 100 right now here. So these are the benefits of loops. You can also modify your conditions here, like you can use here compound statements, and you can write here any number you want, and after that you have to run it, and you will see your results would be changed right now. That let me show you. First value is 0, and after that is 3, 6, 9, and so guys, you can say that this is the table of 3 here. So loops are also used to print tables here. So this was the syntax of a for loop here. We can also modify this from here, and we can use here int number, and after that here we can initialize that number is equals to 0, and it would work fine here. To show the demo, I am running this file again. You can see that our results are the same as the previous one. Okay, so guys, this was the syntax of for loop. but there are also infinite loops we can use with our for loop here. So what these infinite loops done, let me show you in this example. Hello world, and let me run it, and you would see that the for loop continues and doesn't put a break here, and it will continue until it eats all of your RAM. So to stop these operations, just press Control F12, or you can hit here, and you will see that our program has stopped here. Process finished with exit codes. So infinite loops are very dangerous, and if you don't put attention to these loops, they can uh, create vulnerabilities in your system. So guys, this was the for loop here. Let me write it here, for loop. And what is the second one? Second one is the while loop here. So again, I am putting a comment here, while loop. So guys, what are these while loops? So how these loops work? While loops, these loops, let me write it here. Loops work or loop until a specific condition is achieved here. So these are the loops that will iterate or keeps looping until a specific condition here. And what could be that condition? That condition could be like that here, like number until it is smaller than 100. So we will implement the same program that we have used here. So let us see what is the syntax of this while loop here. So I am again writing here the syntax of a while loop, and in these brackets we put the condition, and here we put the code or block of code that we want to execute. Okay guys, so guys, what could be the condition here? For this we have to declare a variable here whose value I am writing here 2. And what should be the condition? Condition would be until the number smaller than equals to 100. So now we have to do here shout number is number, and let us run it. And now you can see that the number is iterating over and over again, and this is again an infinite loop. And first I am stopping it and then showing you what's the error here. So guys, for the while loops we have to put the initializer here, and after that we have used our condition here, and after this we have to use here operation that we want to perform on that variable, just like this for loop that have three parts: initializer, condition, and operation. In these brackets, for while loops we have to initialize the variable here, and after that we use here condition, and here is the operation that we want to work. So that's the reason number here was 2, and this loop have to work until that number would be equals to 100. So the value remains the 2 here every time. That's the reason this loop was running infinitely. Let us put our condition here, and our condition would be here. I am using here compound sum, and this time I'm using here 5. And let us see what's happening with this code here. So guys, now you can see that number is 2, and then number 10, and then 50 here. So to see how these loops work, we will see our presentation here. So guys, this is the exact same program that we created in this for loop here, and here is the value of number is equals to 0. And what we want to do here, we just want to check if that number is smaller to 100, then we will enter in our loop, and then after when we execute the condition, then we increment that operator or number, and after that again check the condition here. If it is again smaller than 100, then it will again repeat this code of block, and again this operation is performed, and after this execution again this operation is performed, and again this condition is checked. So if this condition becomes false, then it will exit the loop here. So again I'm summarizing this loop here. If the number is equals to 0 and that it is fulfilling its condition, then mean it is true, and if it is true, then it will enter the statements of the for loop here, and after executing those conditions or code blocks, then what, depending upon the type of operation we used, we are using here unary operation on this number variable. So it performs this operation and again checks this condition, and if it becomes false, then it will exit the loop here and the program would stop here. So guys, now let us see our for loop here again. Number is equals to 0, and our condition is run this loop if this number is smaller than 100. So 0 is actually smaller than 100, so it is true, and the loop enters in this area, and after entering into this area, the compiler executes the statement or codes that we write here, and after executing them, compiler goes to this point. So at this point, depending upon the operation that we used, it operates on this variable, this operation, and after that operation it again check the condition, that is it again smaller than 100. So here was the value 0, and after performing these execution, control goes to this point, and 0 plus plus is equals to 1. So 1 is actually smaller than 100, so it again come to this area and executes these statements, and after that again control goes to this point here, number plus plus. So 1 plus plus is equals to 2, and 2 is actually smaller than 100, so again this will be printed on the console. So if the number here becomes 98, sorry 99, then it will just come to this point, number plus plus, and 99 plus plus is equals to 100, and actually 100 is not smaller than 100. So this condition becomes false and the program exits here. So this was the overall procedure how these loops work. So guys, now you have an idea of how the for loops work. You would also have a question how these while loops work. Exactly, their working are a little bit similar. So we here I am writing here the steps initializer, and it is the condition here. I am writing here condition, and it is the operation. Let me put some spaces here, and now we will see how this while loop works. So first we initialize the variable, and here variable number whose value is equals to 2, and our condition is that run this loop until this value is smaller than or equals to 100. So here numbers value is equals to 2, and it becomes true here. Actually 2 is smaller than 100, so it enters the loop here and executes this statement, and what should be printed here, it would be printed here number is equals to 2. After that it performs the operation that is here. And what does this operation do? This operation simply do number is equals to number multiplied by 5. So here number is equals to 2. So 2 multiplied by 5 is equals to 10. So number's value becomes 10 here. Now the again program flow goes to this condition here and it checks if it's fulfilling this condition. So actually number is equals to 10 right now, and 10 is smaller than equals to 100, and that means this condition is true. So it will enter into this loop again, and it performs this execution here, and this time it would print here 10. So now the number is equals to 10. Again this loop have to perform this operation on this number. So 10 multiplied by 5 is equals to 50. So again flow goes to this condition here, and now 50 is smaller than 100, so it will again goes to this point and prints here 50. After that it performs its this operation on this number. So 50 multiplied by 5 is equals to 250. So what happens here? So what happens here? 250 is actually greater than equals to 100, greater than 100. So this condition becomes false here, and the program exits here. So let us run it and see what are the results again. So now you can see here number is equals to 2, and then after is equals to 10, and then number is equals to 50. So that's the working here and our theoretical stuff, that how these loops work here. So now we have covered here for loops and while loops and then do while loops. So what are these do while loops? Let me just comment them out, and let us put some comments here. So what are do while loops? Actually these loops are copies of these while loops, and but there is one addition in these loops. In while loops we just have to initialize the variable and put a condition on it, and after that the loop starts looping until this condition is fulfilled. But in do while loops we first perform some action, and after that we just start this looping process here. So let me write here something practically that can explain all this stuff here. So let us see how these do while loops work. So let me tell you first what is the syntax of this do while loop, and this is the syntax of our do while loop. Let me paste it here and write here this. So here is the code to execute, and here is the condition, and of course here would be the operation that we want to perform on the variable, and here is the initializer. So guys, what I am going to do here, I am writing here we are making tables. So for that, first out the user enter a number, and after that just use a scanner object here, scanner system.in, and after that we make an integer here number is equals to input dot next int. So we collected input from the user. After that what we are going to do here, so in these curly parentheses what we have to do, we have to write here the code to execute and the operation. So how can we achieve this goal here? So to achieve our goals here, we are again making an integer here whose name is iterator and its value is 1 here. Sorry, we can use 0 here. And what we are going to do here, we are shouting here uh, number multiplied by iterator is equals to number multiplied by iterator. So I have to use here this asterisk sign. Okay, now what is the purpose of iterator here? Like in tables we use number here like 3 multiplied by 1, 3 multiplied by 2, 3 multiplied by 3. That's the reason we are using here iterator. So to achieve these iterations here, we used here iterators equals to 0, and to increment its value, what we have to do, we have to use this operator here. So what should be the condition here? The condition would be iterator would be smaller than 15 and put a semicolon here. So first it would take an input from the user, and after that it just print out this statement, and after that it iterates or increments its value, and after that it checks is if its value is smaller than 15, and if it is true here, then it will again do or execute these conditions unless this value here or the iteration become false here. So let us run it, and now we have to enter a number here. I am entering 4 here, and you would see 4 multiplied by 0 is equals to 4, 4 by 1 is equals to 4, and 4 by 2 is equals to 8, and this is the table of 4 here. So we can also modify our program here further, that we will again shout the user here how long would you want to be your program. So we will again declare a variable here where we can see here limit is equals to input dot next int. So instead of putting 15 here, we can use here limit. So let us run this program. So enter a number here. I am using here 5, and I would like to be my program to long enough to 30 iterations, and you can see that we got table of 5 up to 30 here. So we can achieve exactly the same results by using here while loop also and for loop also. So it depends upon your logic that what you want to use here. So guys, I hope these all concepts or practical stuff will become clear to you, and I will be sharing the source code in the link in the description below. So don't forget to grab this source code and practice all these stuff. So guys, enough for this video. Until our next video, stay tuned, and don't forget to like our video, subscribe our channel, and share with your friends. Goodbye.